Indian culture is extremely ancient. We have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old. That is one of the mistakes in looking for a quote-unquote advanced civilization in the past, is that we tend to be looking for ourselves. Whereas it's possible for a civilization to be advanced in other ways.
Could the astonishing Kailasa temple at the Ellora Caves, carved meticulously from a single massive rock, truly be the work of mere mortal hands?
There is a particular seal that has survived, and it shows a figure which is recognizable as the god Shiva.
This ancient architectural marvel, built in the 8th century under the patronage of King Krishna of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, stands as a monument not only to devotion and artistry, but also to an engineering prowess that seems almost superhuman.
I think we're confronted by an enormous mystery with megalithic sites all around the world, and we don't understand them properly.
With its elaborate carvings and grand scale, the Kailasa temple has sparked a captivating debate. Was this colossal structure really constructed using primitive tools of the age, or does it bear evidence of intervention by an advanced civilization, possibly beyond our earthly realm?
Some people think that the answer is extraterrestrial visitors. I don't think that's the answer, but who knows?
Tucked away in the basaltic hills of Maharashtra, the Ellora Caves complex is an architectural marvel of ancient India. Spanning from 600 to 1000 AD, these caves house a remarkable blend of Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain heritage. Among them, Cave 16, better known as the Kailasa Temple, stands out as the crowning glory of the site. Historically referred to as Veral, the area's location along ancient north-south trade routes undoubtedly played a critical role in its development. The Kailasa Temple, known for being the largest monolithic rock excavation in the world, showcases the advanced state of engineering and architectural skills during the 8th century. This temple was not built but rather carved top-down from a single massive rock, requiring meticulous planning and execution that speaks volumes about the capabilities of its creators.
There are unexplained issues in our past, which are presently not explained by the system that teaches us about the past.
Under the patronage of King Krishna I of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, the temple was commissioned around the mid-8th century. King Krishna I, also known as Krishna Rajanam, embarked on this ambitious project to emulate the sacred Mount Kailash, the mythological abode of Lord Shiva. The temple not only served as a place of worship, but also as a demonstration of the power and artistic aspiration of the Rashtrakutas. During a period of British colonial expansion in India, British officers often ventured on expeditions for leisure and exploration. It was during one such excursion that the lush, overgrown vegetation of the Maharashtra region, which had concealed the Ellora Caves for centuries, finally gave way to one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in India.
A lot of archaeology that gets done doesn't get done because of a targeted search.
The year was 1819, and the caves, untouched and perfectly preserved as if in a time capsule, were stumbled upon accidentally by Captain John Smith and his party. The discovery by Captain Smith wasn't merely about uncovering a lost site, it was a revelation that peeled back the layers of India's rich and ancient civilization, which had thrived long before European powers set foot in the region. As Smith entered the caves, he was confronted with the grandeur of India's past, an intact cultural heritage that spoke volumes of its historical depth and complexity. However, Captain Smith left behind more than just the memory of his discovery. In what is now viewed as an act of historical vandalism, he inscribed his name and the date on a pillar inside Cave 10. At the time, such actions were common among explorers, who often left their marks as records of their presence. This graffiti, though frowned upon today, provided a tangible record marking the European discovery of the site and has since become a point of contention in discussions about heritage preservation versus the historical markers of colonial exploration. Following this accidental discovery, there was a renewed interest in the Ellora Caves, leading to more systematic explorations and excavations. The Archaeological Survey of India, established in 1861, took on the mammoth task of excavating and preserving these ancient sites. Their efforts were crucial in maintaining the structural integrity and historical accuracy of the caves as they faced the dual pressures of time and increasing tourism. Detailed studies and documentation efforts were spearheaded by early explorers and scholars like James Burgess and later Ghulam Yazdani. Their meticulous work in cataloguing the sculptures, iconography, and architectural styles has been compiled into extensive reports and books, which remain invaluable resources for Indological studies today. This comprehensive documentation helps ensure that the Ellora caves, including the magnificent Kailasa temple, continue to be understood and appreciated not just as monuments, but as gateways to India's illustrious past. The Kailasa temple, also known as Cave 16 at the Ellora caves, truly stands as a testament to the ancient mastery of rock-cut architecture. This stunning structure isn't just a testament to grandeur, but also to a unique construction methodology that melds religious devotion with unmatched craftsmanship. Unlike traditional buildings constructed from the ground up, this temple was carved directly out of a single massive rock, a process that required not only extreme labor but also precise planning. The effort to remove approximately 200,000 tons of rock from the site underscores the monumental human endeavor that went into its creation, likely involving hundreds, if not thousands, of laborers across several generations.
Ancient cultures all around the world preserved a memory of a high civilization, of prehistory.
Symbolically, the temple mirrors Mount Kailasa, the mythical abode of Lord Shiva, suggesting that the architects intended to create a heavenly abode on earth. This ambition is evident not just in the temple's scale, but also in its elaborate multi-storied design, which features a rare vertical expansion in rock-cut architecture. Each floor is intricately adorned with carvings and statues that bring to life stories from Hindu mythology, especially those focusing on Lord Shiva, enhancing both the religious and aesthetic appeal of the temple. Comparing the Kailasa temple to the ancient city of Petra in Jordan highlights its unique features. While Petra is renowned for its impressive facades carved into rock faces, the Kailasa temple goes a step further. It is not just a facade but a complete excavation, with intricate vertical carvings that make its interiors as spectacular as its exteriors. Unlike Petra's relatively plain interiors, the Kailasa temple is elaborately detailed, with entire floors, columns, and ceilings that are ornately decorated to reflect Hindu religious themes. The engineering behind the Kailasa temple also addresses some significant challenges, such as maintaining structural integrity while removing massive volumes of rock. The architects and engineers employed their deep understanding of geology and engineering to ensure the stability and durability of the remaining structures. They even incorporated an ingenious drainage system to prevent water accumulation and erosion during the region's heavy monsoon seasons. Moreover, strategic placements of openings and alignments within the temple structure allow natural light to flood its interiors, enhancing the spiritual and aesthetic experience for visitors. The layout also facilitates the circulation of air and movement of devotees, crucial during religious ceremonies. These intriguing aspects of the Kailasa temple, combined with the mysteries surrounding its construction, have fueled various theories about its origins and the techniques used in its elaborate design. From theories suggesting extraterrestrial influence to speculations about advanced ancient technologies or a network of secret chambers, the temple continues to be a subject of fascination and scholarly debate.
I think the dating of quite a number of megalithic sites needs to be reconsidered.
These discussions not only celebrate the architectural genius of the temple's creators, but also deepen our appreciation for this ancient marvel. Exploring the mysteries of the Kailasa temple at a more refined level reveals a range of fascinating theories that try to explain its incredible construction. One such theory suggests that the technology and precision required for its creation in the 8th century might hint at extraterrestrial influence or the use of advanced ancient technology that has since been lost. While this idea captivates the imagination, most scholars and archaeologists believe that the temple's construction was well within the capabilities of human ingenuity at the time, pointing to similar rock-cutting techniques used across India long before the temple was built. Another intriguing theory about the Kailasa temple involves the possibility of a network of secret tunnels and chambers beneath the complex. Local legends and some speculative reports suggest that these could have served as passages for religious ceremonies or as escape routes during invasions. However, thorough archaeological investigations have yet to confirm these claims, and the natural rocky terrain of the area makes such an extensive network rather unlikely. The alignment of the Kailasa temple with celestial bodies forms yet another theory. Some believe that the temple, like many ancient structures, was designed in alignment with certain stars or planets to harness cosmic energies during significant astronomical events, such as solstices and equinoxes. While there are notable celestial alignments at other ancient sites that lend some support to this theory, concrete evidence linking the Kailasa temple's orientation with celestial events remains elusive. As these theories continue to pique curiosity and scholarly debate, the significance of preserving such a monumental site has never been clearer. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Ellora Caves, including the Kailasa Temple, are the focus of ongoing preservation efforts. These efforts are crucial in protecting the site's intricate carvings and magnificent structures from both natural elements and the impacts of modern-day tourism, ensuring that this ancient marvel can be appreciated for generations to come.
Nobody builds something that big underground just for fun. You don't do that unless you have to.
Right.
You don't burrow like a human ant nest.
Yeah. Human beings are so weird in so many ways.
Yes.
The story of the Longyu Caves discovery begins quite unassumingly with Wu Anai, a local farmer in the small village of Xi'an in Zhejiang province, China. This region, picturesque with its lush landscapes and traditional farming, was not known for archaeological treasures.
It's really important to understand that archaeology is often driven by accidental finds.
However, the persistent issue of a village pond that wouldn't dry up, despite extensive efforts to pump it for irrigation, piqued the curiosity of Wu and his neighbors. Determined to find the reason, they funded the use of rudimentary pumps, and after 17 days and over 20,000 cubic meters of water pumped out, they uncovered what appeared to be a man-made cavern entrance, revealing the first of the Longyu Caves, later dubbed Cave 1.
Someone made it, and it involved a very large amount of organized labor. There had to be the will and the intent in order to do that.
This cave, an architectural wonder with exquisite hand-chiseled carvings, stairways and sturdy columns, was just the beginning. Word of this remarkable find spread rapidly across the region, capturing the imaginations of both the public and the academic world. The discovery was so stirring because of its unexpected nature and the sheer magnitude of the caves. Motivated by the initial find, the local community continued to fund the exploration, and by the end of 1992, 4 more caves had been identified.
There's a bunch of these things. There's a bunch of things like that. They're just like,
Each cave was unique in design and hinted at a sophisticated yet mysterious civilization that had left no other record behind. Recognizing the potential historical and cultural significance of these caves, the Chinese government quickly stepped in. They took measures to protect the site and supported further scientific studies to explore these enigmatic structures more thoroughly. This governmental intervention mirrored the actions taken after other major archaeological discoveries in China, such as the Terracotta Army, uncovered by local farmers in Shaanxi in 1974.
It's a wonderful mystery, and it deserves much further attention.
Both the Longyu Caves and the Terracotta Army were stumbled upon by locals engaged in ordinary tasks, yet these finds were anything but ordinary. The Terracotta Army, part of Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum, features thousands of life-sized statues, each detailed with unique facial expressions and attire, clearly a tribute to the emperor's military forces. In contrast, the Longyu Caves, with their vast underground spaces expertly carved from solid rock, offer no such clues about their creators or their purpose, remaining shrouded in mystery.
We are just, I think, looking at the edges of a mystery. The archaeologists involved feel the same.
These discoveries significantly shifted our understanding of their respective eras. The Terracotta Army provided a window into the military aesthetics and rituals of the Qin dynasty, while the Longyu Caves have puzzled historians due to their lack of any historical documentation. Both sites have undergone intense scholarly scrutiny and ongoing research, as experts from around the world try to uncover the secrets they hold and the stories they might tell about the ancient peoples of China. These caves were cleverly concealed by the mountainous landscape and dense vegetation, which likely played a role in keeping them hidden for centuries. The region's rocky terrain further protected these man-made wonders from natural erosive forces, preserving their pristine condition through the ages. Advancements in technology have significantly aided in the exploration and mapping of these caves. Techniques such as laser scanning and ground-penetrating radar have been crucial in providing detailed information about the cave's dimensions and layout. Initially, surveys indicated that the caves covered an area of approximately 30,000 square meters, but ongoing exploration might extend this figure as more sections are discovered. The architectural consistency observed across the Long U caves is truly remarkable. Despite varying sizes and designs, each cave exhibits uniform craftsmanship with flat bases for pillars and symmetrical spacing of architectural elements. This uniformity suggests they were likely constructed under the centralized direction of a single authoritative entity, possibly a local ruler or a unified government during that era. The choice of siltstone for construction, a material easier to carve than granite or basalt, allowed for the creation of smooth walls and intricate carvings, showcasing an advanced understanding of material properties and structural engineering. This is evident in the high ceilings supported by massive stone pillars designed to distribute weight evenly throughout the caverns. The caves are not only a feat of engineering but also of artistry. The internal structures include complex water channels that likely serve to prevent flooding and maintain a stable internal environment, alongside ornate gutters and meticulously carved bridges that enhance both the functionality and aesthetics of these spaces. The scale of excavation involved is staggering, with an estimated 1 million cubic meters of rock removed using basic iron or bronze tools. This massive endeavor would have required thousands of laborers over several decades, if not centuries, highlighting the significant human effort and organization required. Detailed examinations of the tool marks and techniques on the cave walls offer archaeologists valuable insights into the technological capabilities of the time. Furthermore, carbon dating of some cave sections indicates their construction dates back to at least the Eastern Zhou dynasty, over 2,000 years ago. This ancient origin adds to the mystery and allure of the caves. The Long U caves, with their vast chambers and no historical records to explain their construction, have sparked a plethora of theories about their original purpose. One popular theory is that the caves were used as ancient storage silos. Researchers supporting this idea point to the stable temperature and humidity levels inside the caves, conditions ideal for storing perishables. The interior layout, featuring platforms and ledges, seems perfect for organizing goods, while the intricate water management systems might have been designed to control moisture levels, ensuring that stored items remained preserved. Another theory suggests that these caves served as royal tombs or burial sites for nobility. This wouldn't be out of place in ancient traditions worldwide, where elaborate resting places were often constructed for the elite. The extensive labor and detailed craftsmanship involved in creating the Long U caves imply they were built for significant individuals. However, the complete absence of artifacts or human remains commonly found in other tombs casts doubt on this theory. Some believe the caves had a religious or ceremonial purpose, considering how their secluded and quiet interiors would be suitable for spiritual activities. This aligns with the global historical trend of using caves for such purposes. The uniform design and orientation of the caves could suggest they were specifically planned for processions or religious ceremonies, although the lack of religious symbols or artifacts challenges this theory. A more practical perspective is that the caves were quarries. The theory posits that the caves were originally mined for stone, used in early Chinese imperial construction projects, though it doesn't account for why the stone wasn't used in any known structures nearby. Lastly, a more speculative idea is that the caves functioned as ancient astronomical observatories. Some suggest that the orientation of tunnels and openings within the caves aligns with specific celestial events, much like other historic astronomical sites.
But what's fascinating about them is this very powerful geometry and astronomy.
This would imply a sophisticated understanding of the stars by the creators of the Long U caves, though hard evidence for this theory is still lacking. When we compare the architectural marvels of the Long U caves in China with Petra in Jordan, also known as the Rose City, we dive into a fascinating study of ancient ingenuity and artistic mastery. Petra's structures are famously carved into the blush-colored sandstone cliffs, reflecting the elaborate and ornate aesthetic of the Nabateans around the 5th century BCE. Its most iconic structure, the treasury, is a perfect example of this, with a facade that is both monumental and intricately detailed, highlighting the peak of Nabatean craftsmanship. In contrast, the Longyu caves are sculpted from siltstone, a material that presents different challenges and opportunities for the carvers. The finer grain of siltstone allowed ancient workers to achieve smooth finishes and sharp details in the cave walls and columns, offering a different kind of beauty from Petra's elaborate sandstone carvings. Unlike Petra's diverse architectural purposes, the Longyu caves exhibit a uniform design across all the caverns, suggesting they were built with a singular purpose or design philosophy in mind. Both Petra and the Longyu were lost to the world until their relatively recent rediscovery. Petra was brought back into the public consciousness in 1812 by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, and since then it has reshaped much of our understanding of Middle Eastern history. Despite the grandeur and historical significance of both sites, they share a profound mystery: the absence of detailed historical records explaining their construction. While Petra does have some inscriptions and texts that offer minimal insights, the Longyu caves are surrounded by complete silence in historical records, with no writings found to date that reference their creation. This lack of documentation has left historians and archaeologists piecing together clues and forming theories that range from practical to speculative in an effort to understand these magnificent constructions. Today, we are delving deep into the vast expanses of the Sahara Desert, a place that conceals more mysteries and lost tales than one might imagine. Known for its unforgiving heat and seemingly endless dunes, the Sahara was once a thriving habitat teeming with life, a far cry from the arid landscape we see today. In this journey, we will uncover some of the most fascinating extinct creatures that once called this place home and ponder upon the intriguing possibility: what if scientists could bring them back? The Sahara, a land now dominated by relentless sun and shifting dunes, was once a lush haven for a variety of remarkable creatures. Among these was the Saharan giraffe, a creature of both grandeur and elegance. The giraffes that inhabited this now arid expanse were not merely oversized spectacles, they played a pivotal role in the ecosystem, shaping the vegetation and providing sustenance for predators. With necks that seemed to stretch towards the heavens and spots as intricate as an artist's masterpiece, these giraffes were a testament to the diversity of life that the Sahara once nurtured. Rock art found across the region offers a visual archive of the Saharan giraffe's existence, with depictions dating back thousands of years. These ancient images, etched into stone, portray giraffes in all their glory, showcasing their towering stature and the unique patterns that adorn their hides. What makes these depictions even more fascinating is the detail and accuracy they provide, giving us valuable insights into the giraffe's anatomy and their behavior. Imagine a time when these gentle giants roamed freely, their long necks reaching into the treetops, grazing on foliage that is now long gone. Their presence in such a harsh environment is a testament to their resilience and adaptability. The thought of reviving such an incredible species is not just about bringing back a lost creature, it's about reconnecting with our planet's rich biodiversity and paying homage to the Sahara's lush past. Transitioning from the land to the water, we find another enigmatic inhabitant of the ancient Sahara, the Sahara crocodile. Today, the idea of crocodiles residing in such a parched environment may seem paradoxical, yet evidence suggests that these reptiles were once prolific throughout the region. Fossils and historical accounts paint a picture of a creature that was a master of adaptation, able to survive in the Sahara's unpredictable climate and make the most out of its scarce water resources. These crocodiles were not just survivors, they were rulers of their domain, apex predators in a landscape that demanded resilience. They navigated through ancient river systems, hidden waterholes, and perhaps even underground aquifers, showcasing an incredible ability to thrive where others could not. The Sahara crocodile story is one of triumph over adversity, a narrative that challenges our perceptions of life in the desert. Bringing back the Sahara crocodile would not just be a feat of scientific marvel, it would be a testament to the incredible adaptability of life. It would serve as a living reminder of the Sahara's forgotten rivers and lakes, a chapter in the desert's history that is often overlooked but is as fascinating as the dunes themselves. From the water, we shift our gaze back to the land where the wild Saharan cheetah once raced across the sands, a blur of speed and agility. These cheetahs were the embodiment of grace and power, their slender bodies and long legs designed for the ultimate high-speed chase. The Saharan sands were their playground, and they were unrivaled in their ability to pursue prey across the unforgiving terrain. The wild Saharan cheetah's story is one of both awe and sorrow. Today, they stand on the brink of extinction, their numbers dwindling to a mere few. The Sahara, once a sanctuary for these speedsters, has become a landscape of survival with human encroachment and habitat loss posing grave threats to their existence. Yet, the thought of reviving this incredible species brings with it a wave of hope. Imagine witnessing the wild Saharan cheetah in its full glory, racing across the Sahara, reclaiming its title as the speedster of the sands. It would be a living tribute to the Sahara's wild past, a reminder of the incredible biodiversity that once characterized this iconic landscape. Delving deeper into the annals of time, we encounter the Saharan aurochs, a gargantuan ancestor to our modern cattle. These were not your everyday cows. They were monumental in size, with towering frames and massive horns that could span up to 7 feet from tip to tip. These creatures dominated their landscape, a sight to behold amidst the vast expanse of the ancient Sahara. The Saharan aurochs played a crucial role in the lives of the people who cohabited their environment. Early humans revered these beasts, showcasing them in rock paintings and carvings found scattered across the Sahara. They were not just subjects of artistic expression. They were integral to the survival of these ancient communities, providing meat, hides, and other essential resources. Imagine the majestic sight of herds of Saharan aurochs moving like living mountains across the landscape, their hooves sending ripples through the sands of time. Their size and strength were unparalleled, making them both respected and feared. The allure of bringing back such a magnificent creature lies in reconnecting with our ancestral roots and witnessing a living, breathing piece of our shared history. From the massive to the magnificent, the Sahara elephant was once a resident of this desert domain. These elephants were specially adapted to the harsh conditions of the Sahara, showcasing the incredible versatility of this iconic species. With smaller bodies and larger ears compared to their African cousins, the Sahara elephants were a unique lineage, a testament to the diversity of life that once flourished here. The presence of elephants in the Sahara may seem incongruous today, but evidence in the form of ancient rock art and carvings depict these giants roaming freely across the region. They were an integral part of the Saharan ecosystem, shaping the landscape and providing vital links in the food chain. The thought of reviving the Sahara elephant stirs the imagination, bringing forth visions of these majestic creatures once again gracing the dunes, their trumpets echoing through time. They would stand as living relics of a bygone era, a reminder of the Sahara's wild heart and a symbol of the enduring spirit of life in one of the planet's most extreme environments. Transitioning from the gigantic to the graceful, we find the Saharan ostrich, a bird of grandeur and mystery. These flightless wonders were once a common sight in the Sahara, their long legs carrying them with speed and grace across the sandy expanses. With feathers that were sought after for adornment and quills that served as writing tools, the Saharan ostrich was deeply ingrained in the culture of the Sahara's ancient inhabitants. The Saharan ostrich is distinguishable from other ostrich species by its uniquely adapted features, including its reddish neck and thighs, a trait believed to help in dissipating heat in the extreme desert conditions. These birds were not just survivors, they were an integral part of the Saharan tapestry, playing a role in seed dispersal and providing a source of food for predators. Imagine the elegance of the Saharan ostrich, striding effortlessly through the desert, a dance of survival in the harshest of conditions. Reviving this species would not just be a return of an avian wonder, it would be a rekindling of the Sahara's mystical past, a chapter where flightless birds danced with the sands and captivated the imaginations of those who called the desert home. Now we turn our gaze to the skies, to the delicate yet resilient desert sparrow, a bird species that once flitted freely across the Sahara. These small birds, with their understated elegance and nimble flight, were the feathered jewels of the desert, adding a touch of grace to an otherwise harsh environment. The desert sparrow was uniquely adapted to life in the Sahara. They were able to survive with minimal water, sourcing moisture from their diet of seeds and insects. Their nests, intricately woven and strategically placed, showcased their ingenuity and resilience in the face of relentless heat and scarcity. Bringing back the desert sparrow would serve as a tribute to the smaller, often overlooked inhabitants of the Sahara. It would highlight the importance of every species, no matter how small, in maintaining the ecological balance of an environment. Witnessing their agile flight and hearing their melodious calls would be like welcoming back a melody to the Sahara, a melody that once sang of the vibrancy and resilience of life in one of the world's most challenging habitats. Diving deeper into the Sahara's lost world, we encounter the Barbary lion, a majestic creature that once ruled the North African landscapes. This species was larger and had a more prominent and luxurious mane than its African relatives, making it one of the most impressive feline predators in history. The Barbary lion played a crucial role at the top of the food chain, maintaining the health of herbivore populations and balancing the ecosystem. Their roar would echo through the mountains and valleys, instilling awe and fear, reminding all living beings of the wild power of nature. Reviving the Barbary lion would not only bring back an iconic species, but also serve as a reminder of the grandeur that the Sahara once hosted. It would be a testament to the resilience of life and the strength that courses through the veins of desert dwellers. Moreover, studying their behavior and adaptations could offer valuable insights into species conservation and the restoration of natural habitats. While the Sahara is widely recognized for its vast expanses of sand and arid climate, it was not always a desert. There was a time when the region was lush and vibrant, teeming with vegetation that supported a wide variety of life. One of the most interesting aspects of this forgotten green Sahara is the flora that once flourished there. Plants such as the Saharan cypress and myrtle once adorned the landscape, providing shade, moisture, and a habitat for numerous creatures. These plants played a critical role in maintaining the ecological balance, acting as the backbone of ancient Sahara's biodiversity. Bringing back these lost species of plants would be like rekindling the life force of the Sahara, turning back the clock to a time when it was a refuge of life rather than a challenging expanse of wilderness. It would showcase the incredible ability of life to adapt and thrive in various conditions, and underline the importance of vegetation in supporting biodiversity. Additionally, understanding how these plants survived in ancient Sahara could offer crucial insights into sustainable living and resource management in arid regions today.
Said to be buried together for thousands of years, the mystery of the lost tomb of Cleopatra and Mark Antony has remained a mystery. Perhaps that is, until today. This never-before-seen tunnel has been something regarded as an engineering miracle. And while that whole thing is huge, how does all of this happen in the first place?
The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb is undeniably one of the most thrilling and mysterious achievements in archaeology. Cleopatra VII, the final ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, has fascinated people for centuries with her intelligence, political shrewdness, and her famous romances with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. For ages, the location of her final resting place remained one of history's most elusive mysteries. The breakthrough in the search for Cleopatra's tomb emerged in the early 21st century. This incredible discovery was driven by Dr. Zahi Hawass, Egypt's former Minister of Antiquities, and Kathleen Martinez, a Dominican lawyer turned self-taught archaeologist with a deep passion for Cleopatra. Martinez, fueled by her admiration for Cleopatra and her extensive research of ancient texts, posited that Cleopatra and Mark Antony were buried in the temple of Taposiris Magna, near the ancient city of Alexandria. Martinez's theory was rooted in a detailed analysis of historical accounts by Plutarch and Cassius Dio, suggesting Cleopatra might have been buried in a temple dedicated to the goddess Isis. This idea contrasted with the prevailing belief that Cleopatra was interred within Alexandria itself. In 2005, Martinez obtained permission from the Egyptian authorities to commence excavations at Taposiris Magna. The excavation at Taposiris Magna was challenging. The site, located on the edge of the Libyan desert, posed significant difficulties due to its unstable structures and the complex layers of archaeological deposits. Over several years, the team uncovered notable artifacts, including coins with Cleopatra's likeness, statues, and inscriptions, all supporting the hypothesis that the site was connected to Cleopatra. A particularly intriguing aspect of this discovery was the mysterious and seemingly serendipitous nature of many findings. Key discoveries often coincided with unusual weather events like sudden sandstorms and unexpected rains, almost as if guiding the archaeologists to crucial areas. Some team members reported vivid dreams and visions of ancient rituals, which they interpreted as spiritual guidance. An especially fascinating discovery was a large, unfinished tunnel beneath the temple, leading to a series of chambers. This tunnel, carved with precise craftsmanship, suggested that the burial complex was intended for someone of extraordinary significance, possibly Cleopatra herself. Inside these chambers, the team found a hidden room containing a collection of golden artifacts and inscriptions referring to a Queen of Kings, a title often linked to Cleopatra. The initial announcement of the discovery of Cleopatra's tomb attracted immense media attention and widespread public interest. Press conferences were held, documentaries were produced, and the artifacts were meticulously catalogued and preserved. Many of these artifacts, including statues, jewelry, and coins, were exhibited in museums worldwide, drawing millions of visitors eager to learn more about Cleopatra and her era. Following the discovery, Taposiris Magna became a focal point for ongoing archaeological research. Scholars and historians collaborated to further investigate the surrounding area, uncovering additional structures and artifacts that offered more insights into the Ptolemaic period. The discovery also led to a re-evaluation of other potential burial sites across Egypt, prompting new excavations and yielding fresh historical data. The site itself transformed into a popular tourist destination, significantly boosting the local economy and fostering a deeper appreciation for Egypt's rich cultural heritage. Educational programs and public lectures spread the knowledge gained from the discovery, inspiring a new generation of archaeologists and historians. Cleopatra's tomb holds a treasure trove of unique and fascinating facts that shed light on her life and reign. One of the most remarkable aspects of Cleopatra was her linguistic prowess. She was fluent in several languages, including Egyptian, Greek, Latin, and possibly others, which allowed her to communicate effectively with various cultures and political leaders. This multilingual ability was a significant asset in her diplomatic engagements and helped her maintain strong political ties. Cleopatra's reign was characterized by a remarkable blend of Egyptian and Hellenistic cultures. She embraced Egyptian customs and religious practices, presenting herself as the reincarnation of the goddess Isis, while also maintaining strong connections to her Greek heritage. This cultural syncretism was reflected in the art, architecture, and religious ceremonies of her time, creating a unique and vibrant cultural landscape. The tomb at Taposiris Magna, believed to be Cleopatra's final resting place, is a testament to her architectural vision. The complex features intricate carvings, hidden chambers, and sophisticated tunnels, highlighting the advanced engineering and architectural skills of the period. The tomb's design and construction reflect the grandeur and sophistication that Cleopatra likely envisioned for her eternal abode. The artifacts discovered within the tomb are rich with symbolism. Golden jewelry, statues, and inscriptions reflect Cleopatra's royal status, religious beliefs, and political ambitions. These artifacts offer a glimpse into her life, her reign, and her desire to be remembered as a divine ruler. The symbols and inscriptions provide valuable insights into how Cleopatra viewed herself and how she wanted to be perceived by future generations. The discovery of hidden chambers and tunnels within the tomb complex suggests that Cleopatra may have taken great care to ensure the security and sanctity of her final resting place. These hidden features indicate a sophisticated understanding of architecture and a deep respect for the afterlife. The hidden chambers and tunnels add an element of mystery and intrigue to the tomb, highlighting the lengths to which Cleopatra went to protect her legacy. The tomb complex at Taposiris Magna is extensive, featuring a series of interconnected chambers and tunnels. The main burial chamber, believed to be the final resting place of Cleopatra, is adorned with intricate carvings and decorated with golden artifacts. The size of the tomb and its elaborate design indicate that it was intended for a person of significant importance, supporting the theory that it belongs to Cleopatra. Among the artifacts discovered were numerous statues, some depicting Cleopatra herself, others representing Egyptian gods and goddesses. The team also found a wealth of golden jewelry, including necklaces, bracelets and rings, many of which are inscribed with hieroglyphs and symbols associated with royalty and divinity. Additionally, coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness and inscriptions were uncovered, further supporting the identification of the tomb. These artifacts not only highlight Cleopatra's royal status, but also provide a tangible connection to the historical figure, enriching our understanding of her life and reign. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Cleopatra is the exact circumstances of her passing. The traditional account suggests that she took herself by allowing an asp, a venomous snake, to bite her. However, some scholars propose alternative theories. Another intriguing theory is that Cleopatra's relationship with Rome was more complex than commonly portrayed. Some historians believe that her alliances with Julius Caesar and later with Mark Antony were part of a broader strategy to create a unified Greco-Roman Egyptian empire, with Alexandria as its capital. This theory suggests that Cleopatra's ambitions extended beyond Egypt, envisioning a new world order centered around her rule. The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb has also sparked speculation about a potential curse associated with disturbing her final resting place. Similar to the curse of Tutankhamun's tomb, some believe that those who enter Cleopatra's tomb may face misfortune or supernatural retribution. While there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, it adds an element of mystery and intrigue to the discovery. One of the most mysterious coincidences related to the discovery of Cleopatra's tomb is the alignment of astrological events. Researchers noted that significant breakthroughs in the excavation process often coincided with notable celestial events, such as eclipses and planetary conjunctions. Some believe that these alignments were not mere coincidences, but rather signs of divine intervention or ancient knowledge encoded in the tomb's design. Several members of the excavation team reported experiencing intuitive insights and inexplicable hunches that guided their efforts. These insights often led to significant discoveries, such as the location of hidden chambers or the interpretation of cryptic inscriptions. While these experiences cannot be scientifically explained, they add a layer of mystery to the discovery process. Cleopatra's legacy also includes her efforts to position herself as a divine ruler. She was closely associated with the goddess Isis and often depicted herself as the goddess's earthly embodiment. This association was part of her strategy to legitimize her rule and strengthen her connection with the Egyptian people. The artifacts found in her tomb, including statues and inscriptions depicting her as Isis, underscore this aspect of her reign.
For a long time, it was held that the Neanderthals were stupid, primitive subhumans, shambling, lacking symbolism. Turns out that that's not true at all. Certain populations in the world today still have 3 to 5% of Neanderthal DNA.
Tucked away in the rugged terrains of the Altai Mountains, where the borders of Russia, China, Mongolia and Kazakhstan meet, lies a fascinating piece of history that has captured the imaginations of archaeologists and historians alike: the Denisova Cave.
This is an issue that I go into in America before. And what first drew me into it was Denisova Cave in Siberia.
This isn't just any cave, it's a treasure trove of human evolution, nestled in an area known for its breathtaking biodiversity and complex geological history. The mountains themselves are alive with a rich variety of plants and animals, setting the perfect backdrop for a story that's as much about the natural world as it is about our ancient ancestors.
I think everybody's heard of the Neanderthals, and these days I think everybody's heard of the Denisovans as well.
The story of Denisova Cave began to unfold in the 1970s, when Soviet scientists first explored its depths. At that time, their eyes were set on unraveling the geological and paleontological mysteries of the region, largely overlooking the cave's potential to unlock secrets of our past. It's named after Denis, an 18th century hermit who once called the cave home, adding a touch of human history to its ancient walls. With its intricate network of chambers and galleries, the cave hinted at stories of long-term habitation by early humans, waiting just beneath the surface to be discovered. But it wasn't until 2008 that the cave truly stepped into the spotlight, thanks to the discovery of a small finger bone.
In Russia, in Denisova Cave, they find a single pinky bone from a little finger. And what they discover is, this isn't a Neanderthal, this isn't an anatomically modern human being, this is another human species.
This wasn't just any bone, it belonged to the Denisovans, an ancient group of hominins previously unknown to science. Suddenly, the world was paying attention, eager to learn more about these mysterious inhabitants. The cave, with its rich layers of history buried within, revealed that it had been a bustling crossroads for different groups over tens of thousands of years. What's particularly intriguing about the Denisova Cave is not just its archaeological wealth, but also its location. Nestled in a remote part of the Altai Mountains, reaching it is no small feat. The harsh climatic conditions add an extra layer of challenge for those daring enough to explore its secrets. Yet it's precisely these obstacles that make the cave so alluring to researchers from across the globe. Every expedition brings us closer to understanding not just the Denisovans, but the broader narrative of human history. Imagine stumbling upon a piece of the puzzle that is human history, hidden away in the depths of Siberia's Denisova Cave. The Denisovans are a bit of a mystery, genetically distinct from both modern humans and Neanderthals. Their DNA tells us they branched off from Neanderthals around 400,000 years ago, enriching the narrative of the Pleistocene era's human saga. But when it comes to what they looked like, we're mostly in the dark. Our clues? Just a finger bone, a few teeth, and a piece of skull. Though these fragments are robust, they hint at Denisovans being well equipped for surviving the tough Pleistocene Asia. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The Denisovans didn't just keep to themselves, they left a mark on us modern humans. Certain groups today, especially in Asia and Oceania, carry Denisovan DNA. For instance, the indigenous people of Melanesia, including Papua New Guineans, have about 5% of their DNA from Denisovans. This reveals a history of ancient interbreeding that is more complex and common than we ever imagined.
Anatomically modern humans interbred with Neanderthals. You can't interbreed with another species. They clearly were human beings.
Denisovans mixed not just with modern humans, but also Neanderthals and possibly another yet unidentified ancient human group. But what about their way of life? The Denisova Cave has given us a glimpse, yielding sophisticated tools, a bone needle, and even jewelry. These finds suggest a culture and level of sophistication that challenges our understanding of archaic humans. Their discovery of the Denisovans has been a game-changer in evolutionary biology, painting a picture of our past that's far more intricate than previously thought. It's not just about who we are, but who we're connected to, revealing a web of interactions among ancient human species across Eurasia. Yet, for all we've learned, the Denisovans remain shrouded in mystery. With each fossil fragment and DNA sequence, scientists are slowly piecing together the jigsaw of our ancient past. The Denisovan genome in particular continues to be a treasure trove of information, promising to unlock even more secrets as research progresses. This story is far from over. It's an ongoing journey of discovery into who we are and where we come from. Siberia's Yakutia region, known for its jaw-dropping temperature extremes, is home to a place as intriguing as its ominous name suggests, the Valley of Death. Tucked away in the northeastern part of Siberia, in the Sakha Republic, this valley is not just a testament to nature's extremes, but also a canvas for mysteries that boggle the mind. What sets this valley apart are the curious metallic structures scattered across its landscape. Picture this: dome-like formations and metal objects, some peeking out of the earth as if partially buried treasures, all wrapped in a mystery. Are they ancient artifacts, remnants of meteorite impacts, or something else? The truth is, we're still scratching our heads trying to figure it out. Getting to the Valley of Death is an adventure in itself. It's remote, wildly inhospitable, and the weather swings from scorching summers to winters that would give even the hardiest explorer pause. This makes studying those mysterious structures all the more challenging. Local folklore adds layers of intrigue to the valley. The Yakut people have tales that could make your hair stand on end, associating the valley and its metallic mysteries with danger and otherworldly energies. According to legend, these structures could wield unknown powers, causing illness or worse to those who dare too close. While these stories add to the valley's mystique, they remain unverified whispers of the past. Scientists, on their part, have theories that could explain the existence of these structures. Some suggest they might be the aftermath of meteorite impacts, pointing to Siberia's history with celestial events like the famous Tunguska explosion. Others speculate they could be the work of ancient humans or a civilization lost to time, leaving behind these puzzling artifacts. But here's the rub. Actually exploring this area is incredibly tough. The extreme climate, the area's seclusion, and the sheer lack of infrastructure make sustained research difficult. This scarcity of empirical data means much about the Valley of Death remains a tantalizing mystery. This shroud of mystery isn't just a magnet for scientists. Historians, paranormal enthusiasts, and even adventurous tourists are drawn to its secrets. The allure of uncovering more about Siberia's ancient past and its uncharted territories is irresistible. As technology and exploration methods improve, who knows what secrets we'll unearth from the Valley of Death. Until then, it remains one of Siberia's most captivating enigmas, a place where history, legend, and science converge in the most mysterious of dances. Let's dive into one of Siberia's most mind-boggling mysteries, the Tunguska event of 1908. Imagine a blast so powerful it flattens 80 million trees over an area of 2,150 square kilometers. That's exactly what happened near the Podkamenaya Tunguska River in central Siberia on June 30th, 1908. This wasn't just any old explosion, it was roughly 1,000 times mightier than the Hiroshima atomic bomb. The shockwaves from this colossal blast were felt up to 2,000 kilometers away. People at the time reported seeing a bright blue light, almost like a second sun, followed by a series of booms that were strong enough to knock folks off their feet and shatter windows hundreds of kilometers away. Fast forward to 1927, and enter Leonid Kulik, a Russian mineralogist who was the first to scientifically investigate the site. Kulik was expecting to find a meteorite crater, but was met instead with a sea of flattened trees, splayed out from a central point, like the spokes of a wheel with not a crater in sight. The most accepted theory: a small asteroid or comet fragment burst through the atmosphere, exploding 5 to 10 kilometers above ground with the force of 10-15 megatons of TNT. But as with all good mysteries, there are other angles. Everything from a natural gas explosion from the Earth's belly to wilder notions like antimatter or even a mini black hole having a run-in with our planet. The aftermath of this explosion wasn't just a big patch of knocked-down trees, it had a significant environmental punch, boosting tree growth in the area and reportedly causing genetic mutations in plants and animals. Likely thanks to the extreme heat and shockwave, it even had a hand in global atmospheric changes, like the creation of night-shining clouds and a dip in atmospheric transparency across Europe and Asia. But here's where it gets even juicier. The Tunguska event has been a hotbed for conspiracy theories and wild speculation. From alien spacecraft crashes to top-secret weapon tests, the event's mysterious nature has sparked imaginations worldwide. Despite decades of research and countless theories, the Tunguska event remains one of the 20th century's most tantalizing unsolved mysteries. It's a real-life sci-fi story set in the remote Siberian wilderness that continues to intrigue and puzzle us to this day. Have you ever wondered what might be hidden under the thick, icy blanket of Antarctica? It's a vast, frozen frontier, largely untouched and unexplored. Beneath the ice, preserved for millions of years, there are secrets of our Earth's history and perhaps even mysteries of life beyond our planet. From the remains of gigantic dinosaurs that roamed during a bygone warm period, sea creatures that defy imagination, to woolly mammoths perfectly preserved in ice and Antarctic wolves that have evolved to survive the cold. But even more intriguing are the tales of potential alien life trapped in the vast expanses of ice. What if the great frozen desert of the South is guarding the secrets of extraterrestrial visitors? Strap in, because we're about to dive deep beneath the ice and discover the chilling secrets of Antarctica. Did you know that Antarctica wasn't always the ice-laden landscape we see today? Indeed, there was a time when this now frigid continent was teeming with life, and yes, that includes dinosaurs. Millions of years ago, during the Mesozoic era, Antarctica was part of the supercontinent known as Gondwana, alongside what are now South America, Africa, India, and Australia. During this time, Antarctica was a lush forested region filled with a diverse array of prehistoric animals, including dinosaurs. The discovery of the first dinosaur remains in Antarctica was made on James Ross Island in 1986. These were the bones of the Antarctic Cryolophosaurus, a large theropod dinosaur that lived during the early Jurassic period. This predator, whose name means frozen crested lizard, could grow up to 6.5 meters long. Then there was the Antarctic hadrosaur, a herbivorous dinosaur discovered in the late Cretaceous deposits of the James Ross Basin. The discovery of the hadrosaur remains in 1998 was significant, as it suggested that these animals could have lived in polar regions year-round, enduring months of winter darkness and likely cold conditions. A more recent discovery in 2016 was the first ever fossilized dinosaur feathers in the southern hemisphere, found on Vega Island in Antarctica. This finding further reinforced the fact that a diverse range of dinosaurs once roamed this now icy landscape. The discoveries of these dinosaur remains, along with many other species of prehistoric plants and animals, has provided scientists with invaluable information about life on Earth during the Mesozoic era and about the drastic climatic changes that have occurred on our planet over millions of years. Let's plunge into the depths of the Antarctic waters for a moment. This icy frontier is home to a surprisingly diverse array of life, many of which seem almost alien in their adaptations to this frigid environment. But among these organisms, the ones that truly catch our attention are the sea creatures from the distant past. Frozen in the Antarctic ice, we have found evidence of creatures that no longer roam our seas. These fossils tell a fascinating story about the Earth's past and the life that once thrived here. Among these discoveries are remnants of long-extinct marine creatures, each offering a tantalizing glimpse into the prehistoric world. One notable find is the colossal carnivorous sea spider Colossendes, a genus that was once much larger than their present-day counterparts. An ancestor of this massive spider was discovered in Antarctica, its body reaching a staggering 90 centimeters across, making it one of the most massive sea spiders to ever exist. To put this into perspective, the largest sea spiders today only reach a span of about 70 centimeters. Then there are the ichthyosaurs, marine reptiles that roamed the oceans during the era of the dinosaurs. Fossil remnants of these aquatic beasts have been found in the Antarctic, including an impressive specimen that measured a whopping 5 meters long. Finally, we can't forget about the numerous varieties of ancient fish that once swam in these icy waters. Among the most impressive are the Devonian-aged armored fish, whose fossilized remains give us a fascinating insight into the Earth's early marine ecosystems. These discoveries are not just relics from the past. They provide valuable information about the Earth's prehistoric climates, helping scientists model and predict the planet's future in the face of modern climate change. Life in the Antarctic may seem limited to a handful of specialized species, but as these ancient marine fossils reveal, this desolate landscape was once teeming with life in its most exotic forms. Let's journey from the past to the realm of speculative science fiction, or perhaps not so speculative after all. For years, rumors and conjecture have circulated about the possible existence of extraterrestrial technology hidden deep beneath the Antarctic ice. For many, these tales are the stuff of science fiction. But what if there's more to the story? Researchers from various fields have noted some highly unusual findings in Antarctica, which could imply the presence of something not of this Earth. Satellite images have revealed peculiar anomalies under the ice, structures that seem too precise and symmetrical to be naturally occurring. More intriguing still are the eyewitness testimonies from military personnel and researchers who claim to have seen unidentified flying objects, UFOs, in the area. These testimonies often coincide with instances of unexplained equipment malfunctions and missing time, phenomena often associated with UFO encounters. Even more tantalizing are stories about Operation High Jump, a post-World War II United States Navy operation in Antarctica. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that the real purpose of this operation was to find and possibly engage with extraterrestrial technology hidden under the ice. These theories gained additional traction with the release of declassified FBI documents, in which an informant reported about flying saucers recovered in New Mexico. These saucers were described as being equipped with radiant energy devices, which aligns with Bob Lazar's claims about recovered extraterrestrial technology. Could a similar recovery operation have occurred in the Antarctic? Let's turn our attention to a creature that's synonymous with the Ice Age, the woolly mammoth. Now, you might think these gigantic furry beasts were exclusive to the northern climes of Siberia and North America, but prepare to be surprised. Scientists have found evidence of what appear to be the woolly mammoth's distant relatives in the southernmost part of the world, Antarctica. This comes as a shock to many, as the image of these mammoth beasts lumbering through a snow-blanketed landscape is so ingrained in our minds. Yet here's where it gets fascinating. Around 40 million years ago, during the Eocene epoch, the climate was much warmer than it is today. There were no polar ice caps, and instead of icy deserts, these regions were covered with forests. This warmer climate would have provided pathways for these giant beasts to traverse the globe, including what we now know as Antarctica. Fossils uncovered in this icy desert have given scientists reason to believe that a mammoth-like creature once roamed here. These include fossilized teeth and bone fragments that bear a striking similarity to those of the woolly mammoth. But here's the twist. These Antarctic mammoths would have been isolated from their northern cousins for millions of years. In this icy environment, they could have evolved different adaptations, possibly becoming a unique species entirely. It's like a woolly mammoth, but not as we know it. This extraordinary find rewrites what we know about these fascinating creatures and demonstrates that even in the harshest environments, life finds a way. The Antarctic woolly mammoth reminds us that Earth's past was a vastly different world, holding secrets we're only beginning to uncover. Let's shift our focus from the gigantic to the canine. In the white wilderness of Antarctica, remnants of an extinct wolf species have been discovered, named the Antarctic wolf. This discovery is both curious and confounding. Why, you might ask? Well, because Antarctica is not known to have ever been a habitat for large mammals, especially not during the era this wolf is believed to have lived. The Antarctic wolf is a relatively recent discovery, found in the mid-20th century by a team of explorers. The specimens discovered were well preserved in the East, a canine time capsule providing a fascinating snapshot of life in the Pleistocene era. They're thought to have been about the size of a modern grey wolf, with a powerful build adapted for survival in harsh conditions. But what was a wolf doing in Antarctica, a land of perpetual ice and snow? It's believed that this wolf species migrated to the continent during a period of lower sea levels, possibly during an ice age when Antarctica was connected to South America via a land bridge. They would have hunted the prehistoric herbivores of the time, much like their counterparts in other parts of the world. The real question is how they managed to survive in such an inhospitable environment. Were they adapted to withstand the extreme cold? Or did they have a particularly thick coat or a specialized diet? The answers to these questions remain a mystery, but with each new find, we're able to piece together a more complete picture of this lost species and its life in the Antarctic wilderness. Ultimately, the discovery of the Antarctic wolf demonstrates the resilience of life, its ability to adapt and thrive in even the most challenging of environments. And just like the other frozen relics we've discussed, it offers a tantalizing glimpse into the rich tapestry of life that once existed in the frozen heart of Antarctica. Marsupials, those fascinating creatures we often associate with Australia's outback, have also made an unexpected appearance in the most unlikely of places, Antarctica. And I'm not just talking about a single species. Several extinct marsupial species related to modern-day wombats and kangaroos have been found preserved in Antarctica's ice. These discoveries were made in the late 1980s and early 1990s, when a team of paleontologists stumbled upon fossilized remains of marsupials in the Transantarctic mountains. The remains were of a species named Antarctodolops dalei. But how did marsupials, more commonly associated with warmer climates, end up in the deep freeze of Antarctica? One theory proposes that during the time these marsupials lived, roughly 40 million years ago, Antarctica had a much warmer climate. It was a time when Antarctica was still attached to Australia as part of the supercontinent Gondwana, and it was covered in lush forests, making it a paradise for marsupials. As the continents drifted apart and Antarctica moved towards the South Pole, the climate changed dramatically. It became colder and eventually turned into the icy desert we know today. But before this drastic climate change, marsupials thrived, grazing on the verdant vegetation and avoiding predators. Discoveries like these are crucial in understanding the history of life on Earth. They highlight how our planet has changed over time, shaping the evolution and distribution of species. The Antarctic marsupials offer a unique perspective on how creatures adapt to their environment and the impact of climate and geographical shifts on biodiversity. It's fascinating, isn't it? How a place we associate with extreme cold and barren landscapes was once home to these diverse and complex organisms. And there you have it. From ancient marsupials that call into question our understanding of historical climates to tantalizing hints of alien mysteries, Antarctica is more than just a frozen wasteland. It's a time capsule, a treasure trove of natural history, and possibly even a beacon for life beyond our own planet. As we continue to explore and learn more about this vast icy desert, we discover that our planet is even more fascinating and complex than we could have ever imagined. And who knows, the next big discovery could be just beneath our feet, waiting to be unearthed from the ice.
Before the deluge, before the waters rose and reshaped the world, a time of giants walked the earth. A time whispered about in ancient texts, a time shrouded in myth and mystery, the Great Flood. Was it a literal event, a global catastrophe, or a metaphor, a symbolic cleansing? Whatever the truth, the fossil record reveals a world far stranger than we imagined. A world where colossal beasts shared the land with our earliest ancestors.
Mammuthus primigenius. Perhaps the most iconic of all Ice Age giants, the woolly mammoth was a true behemoth, perfectly adapted to the frigid conditions of the mammoth steppe, a vast grassland that stretched across northern Eurasia and North America. These majestic creatures were not merely animals to our ancestors. They were sources of sustenance, materials for survival, and objects of spiritual significance. Imagine an elephant draped in a thick, shaggy coat of fur with long, curved tusks and smaller ears than its modern relatives. This was the woolly mammoth, a creature built to withstand the icy plains. Males could reach a shoulder height of over 9 feet and weigh up to 6 tons, while females were slightly smaller. Their thick fur, up to 35 inches long, provided insulation against the cold, and a layer of subcutaneous fat further helped to conserve heat. Woolly mammoths were herbivores, primarily grazing on grasses and sedges. They roamed the mammoth steppe, a vast grassland that stretched across northern Eurasia and North America. This habitat provided an abundance of vegetation to sustain their massive bodies. Early humans hunted woolly mammoths for food and utilized their bones and tusks for creating tools, weapons, and dwellings. Evidence of this interaction can be found in cave paintings and engravings on mammoth tusks. It is believed that the woolly mammoth disappeared either because of climate change, which led to a shrinkage of its habitat, or because humans hunted it to extinction, or as a result of both. In some cultures, mammoth remains were interpreted as the bones of giants or mythical creatures. These legends often attributed supernatural powers to the mammoth, reflecting the awe and wonder these creatures inspired. Megalania, Varanus pariscus. Venture into the prehistoric landscapes of Australia, and you might have encountered Megalania, a colossal monitor lizard that dwarfed even the Komodo dragon. This apex predator ruled the Pleistocene epoch, striking fear into the hearts of its prey. Megalania was a giant goanna, reaching an estimated length of up to 23 feet and weighing over a ton. Its powerful limbs, sharp claws, and serrated teeth made it a formidable hunter. This fearsome predator inhabited open forests, woodlands, and grasslands of eastern Australia. Its diet likely consisted of large mammals, snakes, other reptiles, and birds. Like its relative, the Komodo dragon, Megalania may have been an ambush predator scavenger whose toxic saliva would have caused infection and death to its victims. Megalania coexisted with the ancestors of Aboriginal Australians. While direct evidence of their interactions is limited, it's plausible that early humans encountered this giant lizard, potentially inspiring legends and myths. Some researchers suggest that Megalania may be the inspiration behind Aboriginal legends of the Wowie, a mythical monster resembling a giant goanna. These stories depict a fearsome creature that could devour an entire tribe in a single meal. Short-faced bear, Arctodosimus. Imagine a bear that stood over 12 feet tall on its hind legs, with a massive build and powerful limbs. This was the short-faced bear, one of the largest land mammals to ever exist. The short-faced bear was characterized by its short snout, long legs, and massive size. It was significantly larger than any modern bear species, with some individuals weighing over 2,000 pounds. This bear was highly adaptable, inhabiting a variety of environments, including grasslands, woodlands, and even tropical thorn shrub. It probably scavenged and preyed upon large herbivores, such as bison, muskoxen, deer, caribou, horses, and ground sloths. The short-faced bear was a highly adaptable species that survived and thrived in a wide and diverse range of habitats. Even as habitats and climates shifted during the Pleistocene, the bears continued to occupy the same ecological niches. Short-faced bears coexisted with early humans in North America. Some researchers suggest that these bears may have posed a significant threat to early human populations, potentially delaying their migration into North America. The abundance of the giant short-faced bear in the Bering Land Bridge area could have been a factor in this delayed migration. While specific legends about the short-faced bear are not widely known, its imposing size and predatory nature likely inspired fear and caution among early humans. Gigantopithecus blacki gigantopithecus, the largest known primate, inhabited Pleistocene Southeast Asian forests, reaching over 10 feet tall and weighing over 1,000 pounds. This herbivore, likely consuming leaves, fruits, and bamboo, lived in subtropical to tropical forests. Its exact appearance is debated, with some suggesting a resemblance to a giant orangutan and others to a gorilla. While direct interaction with early humans is uncertain, their coexistence sparks speculation. Some believe Gigantopithecus may have inspired Yeti or Bigfoot legends. Smilodon fatalis, the iconic saber-toothed cat of the Ice Age, possessed impressive 11-inch fangs and a powerful build, roughly the size of a modern lion but more robust. It roamed the Americas, preying on large herbivores like bison and ground sloths, favoring closed habitats for ambush hunting. Evidence suggests social behavior, including cooperative hunting, which likely aided in taking down large prey. Smilodon coexisted with early humans, and while direct interaction is limited, its formidable presence likely influenced early human stories and perceptions. Cave hyena, Crocuta crocuta spelaea. During the Ice Age, the cave hyena dominated European landscapes. This robust predator, a close relative of the spotted hyena, was significantly larger and more powerful. It thrived in both caves and open areas, hunting large mammals like bison and rhinoceros. Importantly, cave hyenas coexisted with early humans and Neanderthals, leading to competition for resources and potential predation. Their presence is also reflected in Paleolithic rock art, indicating their cultural significance. Columbian mammoth, Mammuthus columbi. The Columbian mammoth, a large relative of the woolly mammoth, thrived in warmer North American regions during the Pleistocene. Reaching 14 feet tall and 10 tons, it had long tusks and a less dense coat. A grazer of grasslands and savannas, early humans both feared and revered the massive creature that coexisted with them. They hunted it for food and utilized its remains for other purposes. Giant ground sloth, Megatherium americanum. The giant ground sloth, an elephant-sized herbivore, roamed Pleistocene Americas, reaching 20 feet long. It possessed large claws, likely used for feeding and defense, and consumed leaves and twigs in various habitats. Due to its enormous size, it may have been hunted by early humans and inspired legends. Dire wolf, Enosion dirus. Imagine a wolf, not just larger but more powerful, a true apex predator. This was the dire wolf, roaming North and South America during the Ice Age. Its robust physique and powerful jaws made it a hunter of formidable herbivores, but it also shared its world with early humans. What were those encounters like? Did they compete for prey? Did they avoid each other, or did they meet in conflict? While the details remain elusive, the dire wolf's predatory nature surely left a lasting impression, inspiring a mix of fear and awe. American lion, Panthera atrox. The American lion, one of the largest cats ever, prowled Pleistocene North America, rivaling the saber-toothed cat in size. Similar to modern lions but larger, it hunted large herbivores like bison and camels in grasslands and savannas. Coexisting with early humans, its imposing size and predatory nature likely inspired fear and respect.
For people that haven't heard of the labyrinth, it was one of the ancient wonders of the world. Like, this was described by Herodotus and Pliny the Elder and Strabo and all these historical figures that saw it. Herodotus described it as exceeding in splendor and wonder that of the pyramids. Like, this was the labyrinth was this sort of 1,000-room structure that was supposedly just absolutely magnificent. You could have fit all of the temples of Karnak and Luxor and all of the temples of Egypt into its footprint. That was just lost to the sands of time. We've never known where it is or what it is. And it would be like a pyramid. It would rival the Great Pyramid, for sure, if we were to find it. But it turns out we found it.
Nestled near the Fayum Oasis, the Hawara Pyramid site may appear unremarkable today, but to ancient historians it was a place of awe and grandeur. Herodotus, often called the father of history, described it in terms that still leave modern scholars in awe. He recounted that compared to the labyrinth he encountered, even the grandest Greek temples and pyramids paled in both effort and expense. It was a structure of such enormous scale and complexity that it surpassed even the famous pyramids of Egypt. For centuries, however, many dismissed his account as fanciful or exaggerated, especially given Herodotus's reputation for embellishment. However, as time passed, more of his descriptions have been vindicated, particularly regarding his accounts of Lake Moeris near Hawara. He spoke of two pyramids rising nearly 93 meters above the surface of the water, each crowned with a seated stone statue. In the late 19th century, famed British archaeologist Flinders Petrie confirmed the presence of two seated colossi, each about 18 meters high and made of hard quartzite sandstone. This discovery was one of many that would lend credence to Herodotus's words. The site of the Hawara Pyramid holds far more than just these statues. When researchers began to investigate the pyramid itself, they unearthed evidence of remarkable ancient engineering. Despite its present appearance, a crumbling pile of dark mud, the pyramid conceals a megalithic core built with astounding precision. Beneath its decayed exterior, the masonry is of exceptional quality, with blocks fitted so tightly that not even a blade could slip between them. This core represents two distinct types of ancient technologies. One, the megalithic stone core, and the other, a more fragile mud brick construction that has long since crumbled. Flinders Petrie, a pioneer in the study of ancient Egyptian architecture, was the first to delve into this mystery in detail. He noted that the stone casing of the pyramid had been removed during Roman times, leaving the interior exposed to the elements. Unlike other pyramids of the time, the entrance to this one was on the south side, not the north, and lay at ground level. It was designed with descending passages that had ramps on both sides, resembling a system for moving heavy cargo. This unique layout distinguished the Hawara Pyramid from others in Egypt, leading Petrie to believe that its original purpose may have been different from typical pyramids. One of the most astonishing aspects of the structure is its system of trapdoors. Massive stone slabs weighing around 20 tons each, designed to seal off passageways. Petrie discovered 3 such trapdoors, all of which had been left open. His exploration of the pyramid led him to a central chamber carved from a single block of quartzite sandstone, forming a large tank-like structure in which a sarcophagus was placed. This colossal monolith, weighing over 110 tons, had been hewn with such precision, Petrie marveled at the technical skill required to carve and place such an enormous block of stone into a carefully excavated hollow. What truly puzzled Petrie, however, was the design of the tomb itself. There was no visible entrance, and the only way the pharaoh's body could have been placed inside would have been during the construction of the pyramid. Even more curiously, no inscriptions were found inside the chamber or on the sarcophagus, a rarity for a royal tomb. Instead, Petrie found only traces of charred bones, charcoal, and remnants of burnt diorite, suggesting that whatever had once been inside the sarcophagus had been deliberately destroyed by fire. The mystery deepened when Petrie examined a second sarcophagus in the chamber, one that appeared to have been added after the pyramid's construction. This later addition was smaller and lacked the technical precision of the original sarcophagus, raising questions about the purpose and timeline of the additions to the tomb. It was as though the pyramid had been used for multiple, distinct purposes over time, each contributing to its enigmatic history. While Petrie focused on the pyramid, he also uncovered evidence of a much larger structure nearby. The legendary labyrinth of Egypt, which had long been mentioned in ancient texts. Herodotus had described it as a massive complex of 3,000 rooms, arranged in a maze-like formation, some above ground and others below. He was forbidden from entering the underground chambers, as they were said to house the tombs of kings and sacred crocodiles. Yet what Herodotus saw above ground left him awestruck, and later historians would echo his astonishment. Strabo, a Greek geographer who visited the site centuries later, described the labyrinth's monolithic ceilings and walls, each constructed from enormous slabs of stone. When Petrie began excavating the area in front of the Hawara pyramid, he uncovered evidence of this labyrinth beneath the remains of a later village. Beneath the village, he found layers of stone chips and fragments, the remains of what had once been an enormous stone structure. He concluded that this was indeed the foundation of the fabled labyrinth. His findings aligned with the ancient accounts. The structure was so large that, as he noted, it could have contained the temples of Karnak and Luxor within its boundaries. However, the labyrinth had long since been destroyed, its stones quarried and repurposed by later generations. All that remained were the foundations and fragments, a ghost of the massive structure that had once stood there. And yet, despite the extensive damage, Petrie's findings suggested that this labyrinth had been far more than just a building. It was a monumental work of engineering and architecture that had once awed the ancient world. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of Hawara, it becomes clear that this site still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. The labyrinth described by Herodotus, Strabo, and other classical writers may not be entirely lost. In fact, modern technology has revealed tantalizing clues that suggest much of it may still lie hidden beneath the sands, waiting to be rediscovered. In the 21st century, new technologies have allowed researchers to explore the Hawara site in ways that Petrie could only have dreamed of. Ground-penetrating radar and other advanced tools have given archaeologists the ability to peer beneath the surface without disturbing the ancient ruins. One such expedition in 2008, led by the Mataja project, a team of geophysicists, used radar technology to investigate the area beneath what Petrie had identified as the foundation of the labyrinth. What they discovered was nothing short of remarkable, a vast network of walls and chambers buried deep beneath the surface. Their findings suggested that what Petrie had thought was a foundation might actually have been the roof of the labyrinth, which could still exist underground. The radar scans revealed a grid of rooms and passageways at depths of 8 to 12 meters, confirming the existence of a colossal structure that matched the descriptions given by ancient historians. Despite the significance of these findings, the news was met with unexpected resistance. Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, led by Zahi Hawass, requested that the results be withheld from the public, citing concerns about national security. The Mataja team faced delays and obstacles, but after 2 years, they were finally able to publish their report. Their findings supported the ancient accounts of a labyrinth that was far larger than any temple known in Egypt, a structure that had remained hidden beneath the sands for millennia. The labyrinth's complexity and scale raised even more questions about its purpose. Why would such an enormous structure be built underground, and what was it used for? Some researchers speculated that it could have been a secret repository, a place where valuable artifacts or knowledge were stored. Others suggested that it might have served as a ceremonial or religious center, its labyrinthine corridors and chambers designed to disorient and awe those who entered. One of the most intriguing aspects of the labyrinth is its apparent age. The orientation of the structure, which is tilted by 20 to 25 degrees compared to the nearby Hawara pyramid, suggests that it may be much older than the pyramid itself. If this is true, it raises the possibility that the labyrinth predates the pharaohs and could be a relic of a much earlier civilization. Despite the advances in technology, many mysteries remain unsolved. The subterranean chambers have yet to be fully explored, and no one knows what lies within them. Could the labyrinth still contain treasures or texts from an ancient era? Could it hold clues to the origins of the Egyptians or even earlier cultures that inhabited the region? For now, these questions remain unanswered, as the labyrinth remains buried beneath layers of earth and time. If you found this video fascinating, prepare to be even more intrigued. Check out our next video diving deep into the enigma of Zawiet El Aryan, the pit in Egypt that seemingly exists outside of recorded history. We'll explore its mysterious origins, the baffling precision of its construction, and the theories surrounding its purpose. Get ready to journey into a truly perplexing piece of ancient Egyptian history.
You're looking at the limestone interior of the Abu Ruwash pyramid, and this is the core, and we can descend into the core in this unique structure, unlike the other pyramids.
Oh my god, what's this? Wow. Very deep pit. That looks to me like a boat pit.
No way. Look at these lines. Look at these striations.
Exactly.
Look at these striations.
And also the higher parts and the lower parts shows that it was not all cut at once.
Exactly.
It was like...
Especially here. This
here and here.
Exactly.
Yeah, here and there.
Exactly. You can see where the blade came back.
And we're talking about red granite from Aswan. How did they bring it up here? We are here in a mountainous region.
It was the view, very firm view of archaeologists, that there had been no megalithic architecture. When I say megalithic, I mean literally big stones, stone circles, huge constructions, nothing like that before 6,000 years ago. Central to my work was the notion of a global cataclysm, roughly 12,500, 12,800 years ago. They are not saying that it also wiped out a lost advanced civilization of prehistory. I'm saying that.
In the heart of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley lies an ancient wonder that defies the sands of time, the Baalbek Temple Complex.
This is Baalbek in the Lebanon. Each of these 3 blocks weighs 900 tons.
Home to some of the largest and most mysterious stone blocks ever used in construction, these colossal remnants of the Roman Empire's grandeur weigh as much as 1,650 tons each, more than an entire fleet of blue whales. How these stones were transported and precisely set into place remains one of history's most captivating puzzles.
I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it, how they lifted those stones, how they brought them up to that level.
Join us as we delve into the enigmatic world of Baalbek, where ancient engineering meets modern curiosity, challenging everything we thought we knew about human ingenuity.
A Roman site for sure, but what about this bizarre enclosure wall that surrounds it?
Nestled in the fertile Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, the ancient site of Baalbek is a testament to architectural and cultural grandeur spanning thousands of years. Known as Heliopolis during the Hellenistic period, Baalbek's journey began as a modest Phoenician town named Baalath, dedicated to the worship of Baal, a god associated with the sun and storms, pivotal to the agricultural rituals of its people. The transformation of Baalbek accelerated following its conquest by Alexander the Great in 334 BC. Under Alexander, the city absorbed Greek cultural and architectural elements, emblematic of his broader strategy to fuse Greek and local traditions across the regions he conquered. This Hellenistic influence set the stage for Baalbek's later architectural evolution under the Romans, who saw the city's strategic and religious potential.
What archaeologists say, they found they could move 900-ton blocks, but 1,000 tons was too much for them.
Roman architects and engineers embarked on an ambitious construction agenda in the 1st century BC, which saw Baalbek grow into a grand ceremonial center. The centerpiece was the Temple of Jupiter, one of the largest temples in the Roman Empire, featuring 54 massive granite columns, each standing 70 feet tall. Today, only 6 of these majestic columns remain, but they continue to dominate the landscape, offering a window into what was an architectural marvel of the ancient world. Nearby, the Temple of Bacchus stands as a testament to Roman decorative art and architectural detail, with its well-preserved carvings depicting mythological scenes and festivities. Not far from these, the Temple of Venus showcases a unique circular design, breaking from traditional Roman architectural norms and highlighting a syncretic blend of Roman and local religious practices. Baalbek's construction feats, especially the transportation and placement of massive limestone blocks, draw parallels with other ancient marvels like the Egyptian pyramids and Stonehenge, showcasing the Romans' advanced engineering techniques.
Look at the famous King's Chamber. Its walls and its ceiling of the King's Chamber are all made with gigantic blocks.
The site was not just an architectural statement, but also a cultural hub, attracting pilgrims and spectators from across the empire to its religious festivals and games, blending Roman and local traditions in grand displays of public celebration. In comparison to other monumental Roman sites like the Pantheon in Rome, Baalbek stands out for its scale and the complexity involved in erecting such gigantic structures far from the Roman heartland. The Pantheon, with its massive dome and oculus, reflects similar ambitions in Roman architectural prowess, but in a vastly different urban setting. Both sites, however, illustrate the Roman Empire's architectural ambition and its ability to mobilize resources and technology across its vast territories. The stone blocks of Baalbek, particularly within the Temple of Jupiter complex, represent some of the most astonishing elements of ancient architecture found anywhere in the world. These massive stones serve as a testament to the extraordinary engineering prowess of their builders. Their construction techniques and capabilities continue to spark both fascination and scholarly debate. At the heart of the complex sits the Trilithon, a trio of stone blocks that form the podium of the Temple of Jupiter. Each stone measures roughly 64 feet in length, 13 feet in height, and 14 feet in width, and weighs about 800 tons. The precision with which these gigantic stones are fitted together, without any mortar, is truly remarkable. Such an engineering feat required not only advanced planning and ample resources, but also the ingenious use of simple machines like levers and inclined planes, combined with significant human and mechanical effort. Just about 900 meters from the main temple complex, in a nearby quarry, lies the Stone of the Pregnant Woman.
The quarry contains a number of very large blocks that were never transported.
This monolith, approximately 69 feet long and weighing around 1,000 tons, has never been moved from where it was originally cut. The stone's name comes from a local legend suggesting that touching the stone can ensure a safe and easy delivery for pregnant women, highlighting the cultural and superstitious significance these ancient stones hold within local folklore. In 2014, an even larger stone was unearthed in the same quarry.
Why only recently excavated? Because the whole site was covered in sedimentation.
At 64 feet in length and estimated to weigh about 1,650 tons, it stands as the largest known stone ever carved by human hands. This discovery significantly expanded our understanding of the capabilities of ancient engineers and their technological advancements. Comparing these megalithic stones to other ancient wonders provides further context to their impressive nature. For instance, while Stonehenge in England is renowned for its circular arrangement of standing stones, the largest of these stones weighs merely about 30 tons, far less than the massive blocks of Baalbek. The construction of Stonehenge involved transporting stones over long distances, presenting a different type of logistical challenge and ingenuity. However, the sheer scale and weight of the Baalbek stones showcase an unparalleled architectural ambition in the ancient world. Similarly, when we consider the Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, the limestone blocks typically weigh between 2 to 15 tons, with the largest granite stones in the King's Chamber weighing between 25 to 80 tons.
Now, Egyptologists will tell you that, oh, they could move heavy blocks because they put them on wet sand and they push them along on wet sand. Maybe if you're just at ground level, that will do, but when you're 350 feet above the ground, as you are in the King's Chamber, that won't do at all.
The stones of Baalbek far exceed these in size, highlighting the unique challenges and skills required for their transport and placement. Unlike the primarily tomb-like structures of the Giza pyramids, Baalbek's temples served ceremonial and religious functions, indicating diverse uses of massive stones across ancient civilizations. This comparison not only illustrates the monumental scale of Baalbek's construction, but also underscores the diverse architectural and cultural expressions of ancient societies. The Baalbek temple complex, with its colossal stone blocks, stands as one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world. The tasks involved in constructing this monumental site weren't just about brute strength. They required meticulous planning, advanced organizational skills, and a deep understanding of physics and engineering principles. These elements combined challenge our modern perceptions of ancient technology and showcase the ingenuity of our ancestors. The architectural grandeur of Baalbek was no accident. It reflected the Roman Empire's immense ambition and its desire to display power and divine favor. The sheer scale of the temples served multiple purposes, both religious and political, reinforcing the might of Rome and the sanctity of the location. This complex was designed to awe and affirm the presence of Roman authority in the region. The transportation of the massive stones is believed to have been primarily conducted using rollers made from large tree trunks, with the stones themselves placed on sledges. These sledges, acting as platforms, helped distribute the weight of the stones and prevented the rollers from sinking into the ground. Historical texts even mention the use of olive oil as a lubricant on the paths, a technique that significantly reduced friction, making it easier to move these enormous weights over considerable distances. The placement of these giant stones remains a subject of debate among historians. Techniques such as the use of wooden cranes, which were similar to those used in medieval constructions, likely played a role. These cranes, utilizing ropes, pulleys, and possibly treadwheels, would have amplified the force exerted by humans or animals. Another plausible technique involved constructing large earth ramps, which would have provided a gradual incline to drag the stones into their precise positions. Lever systems, employing long wooden beams to lift and position stones, might have also been used, requiring less material than ramps, but a greater understanding of leverage mechanics. Drawing parallels, the construction techniques theorized for Baalbek closely resemble those hypothesized for the building of the Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Pyramid of Giza. Like Baalbek, the transportation of the pyramid stones likely involved sledges and possibly rollers, with the use of water as a lubricant depicted in ancient Egyptian wall paintings. For lifting, the Egyptians are believed to have utilized a combination of ramps and lever systems. Constructed over a millennium before Baalbek, the pyramids highlight a continuity in complex engineering techniques that span cultures and ages, underscoring a shared architectural heritage in the ancient world. This shared legacy speaks volumes about the ingenuity embedded in ancient construction practices, linking disparate cultures through their monumental achievements.
Spheres, named after the nearest town in what is now the northwest province of South Africa. Pyrophyllite is a soft aluminium silicate used in industrial ceramics. It forms in sedimentary deposits over immense geological time. The miners were cutting through these ancient formations when they began encountering the spheres in situ, not scattered on the surface, not dropped into crevices, but fully encased within the rock itself. The spheres ranged from roughly half a centimetre to 10 centimetres in diameter. Some were nearly perfect spheres, others were slightly compressed into disc or oblate shapes. Their surfaces varied, some smooth and metallic, others marked by those striking equatorial grooves. Parallel ridges so regular and evenly spaced, they appeared incised rather than formed by any natural process. The miners collected them, local museums acquired them, and for decades the spheres sat in display cases as geological curiosities, objects that generated more questions than answers. Geologists who studied the spheres offered a detailed natural explanation. The objects are composed primarily of hematite, iron oxide, sometimes mixed with wollastonite or pyrite. Their internal structure reveals radial growth patterns expanding outward from a central point, consistent with mineral concretion, a process where dissolved minerals precipitate around a nucleus over millions of years inside sedimentary rock. The equatorial grooves, according to this model, formed as layers of fine sediment compressed around the growing concretion during its formation in an ancient lakebed. Metamorphic foliation, pressure from surrounding rock, creating planar features in the mineral structure, produced the parallel ridges as the formation compacted over geological time. This is a documented geological phenomenon. Spherical concretions have been found in Precambrian formations worldwide. The Klerksdorp spheres are not unique in their existence, they are unique in their precision. And for a significant number of observers, the geological explanation, however technically sound, does not account for what they see with their own eyes. Not all the spheres show the expected variation of natural concretion. Some display a degree of sphericity and surface regularity that appears to exceed what random geological processes reliably produce. The equatorial grooves on certain specimens are not rough, irregular furrows consistent with uneven compaction. They are sharp, parallel, evenly spaced. They look machined. Paul Heinrich, a geologist who published a detailed analysis of the Otto-style objects, examined the claim that the spheres were perfectly balanced and demonstrated that most are not true spheres. They range from slightly oblate to markedly disc-shaped. His explanation is geologically sound, but his own photographs show specimens where the grooves are remarkably uniform, and no amount of geological terminology has been able to override what people see when they hold one in their hands. The gap between the scientific explanation and what the spheres appear to be is where the controversy lives, and it has never closed. At some point, a story began circulating that someone brought one of the Klerksdorp spheres to NASA for analysis. According to this account, NASA engineers declared the sphere's balance too perfect to be naturally formed, that it could only have been manufactured in zero-gravity conditions, that it was, in effect, an impossible object. This story has been repeated in documentaries, articles and videos for decades. No NASA report exists, no official statement, no named researcher, no documentation of any kind. But the story persists because it gives narrative form to a genuine problem. The spheres look manufactured. The natural explanation, while scientifically supported, struggles to satisfy the visual evidence that people find so compelling. The Klerksdorp Museum's own curator, Roelf Marx, was quoted in multiple sources, describing them as objects that appeared to have been made by hands. informal comments never published. But they reflect the persistent intuition that something about these objects exceeds what geology alone can comfortably explain. The Klerksdorp spheres present a more unsettling possibility than either the mainstream or alternative accounts typically acknowledge. If they are natural, and the geological evidence strongly suggests they are, then the process that formed them produced objects of such apparent precision that trained geologists have had to publish peer-reviewed papers explaining why they are not manufactured. That is a remarkable statement about the natural world. It means that over 3 billion years, under conditions no human was present to observe, geological processes generated objects that fool the human eye into perceiving intentional design. But if even one of them is not natural, if even one specimen exceeds the tolerances that concretion and metamorphic foliation can produce, then the implications are not simply unusual, they are incompatible with the entire established timeline of life and intelligence on this planet. The spheres do not need to be alien. They do not need to be evidence of a lost civilization. They need only be what they appear to be, objects embedded in 3 billion-year-old rock, whose precision the current natural explanation does not fully account for. That single gap between what geology can explain and what the spheres appear to be is enough. The Klerksdorp spheres are not a hoax, they are not a forgery, they are real objects sitting in museum collections right now, available for anyone to examine. They are still asking the same question they asked the day the first miner cracked open that pyrophyllite and found something inside that looked like it had been made by hands that did not yet exist. The answer may be geological, but the question is permanent.